I'm Alan Weiss, and this is The Writing on the Wall. Hi, welcome to Writing on the Wall, episode 104, and this one's about Rhode Island. I love to riff about Rhode Island. I've got a vent, and so I will do it today. So here's 5 or 6 minutes on Rhode Island. You know, it's a great quality of life. We're New Yorkers. We moved here about 30 years ago, so we're considered newcomers. Rhode Island is completely on the ocean. In 2.5 hours on the high-speed train, you're in New York. In light traffic, you're in Boston in an hour. In heavy traffic, you're in Boston in about 2 days. It's an interesting place. It has great restaurants, better food per capita than Boston by far. You'd have to go to New York and San Francisco really to find better restaurants per capita. The food here is excellent, culture is excellent, local theater, dance, symphony, and so forth. But I'm reminded of a fabulous Ronnie Milsap song. I only have one Ronnie Milsap album in my entire collection, and it's called Lost in the 50s. Great song. Sings in the still of the night and so forth by the Five Satins, you know, and Rhode Island's lost in the 50s. There are more weather reporters on each of the networks here, more weather reporters than there are beat reporters. 5 weather reporters on the stations. Weather's a big deal here. I mean, you know what it's going to do every day. It's going to snow in the winter. It's going to rain in the spring. It'll be sunny and something. No. Doppler radar and radar you can trust and weather you can believe in and all this kind of stuff. And it goes on forever. NBC, the network, is always, every year, for the last 30 years I've been here, is always the highest rated network. And that's because, in my estimation, it was the first one. NBC came on the air in 1947. I think people turned it on and never turned it off. There are people in Rhode Island who have never been to Boston, let alone New York. There are people in Newport, which sits on Aquidneck Island, who brag that their pickup trucks have never been off Aquidneck Island. When I first came here, I was dealing with an individual, and I said, I need to get this to you. He said, just mail it. I said, but you're going to be on vacation. You told me you're going to be at your summer house. He said, yeah, but I pick up the mail every day. I said, how do you pick up the mail every day? Well, his summer house is 45 minutes from his regular house, but that's his summer home. It's wonderful here in that it's easy to meet the governor or senators or congresspeople. You just meet them at restaurants, you see them at events, they're all over the place. It's a small state. Everyone knows everyone. It's about 1 degree of separation. I read a statistic that everyone in the world, 6 billion people, could all fit into Rhode Island if they had less than a square yard of space. They would stand like this, but you could fit over 6 billion people in Rhode Island. So please don't tell me about population density. Names here are very important. If you were a Kennedy, you'll get elected every time, doesn't matter. Patrick Kennedy finally ceased being one of our representatives because he decided not to run again. A guy named Clay Pell ran. His father and grandfather were very famous in politics. The one was the author of the Pell Grants and so forth. And he kept losing his car. He would come home and not remember where his car was. He actually ran for governor here. We didn't elect him. Low number license plates are freakishly popular here. People would pay $25,000, $50,000 to get a low number license plate. I have a vanity plate, it has my initials on it. But people want number 2, number 5, and so forth. And these can be auctioned off, or they're handed down from family to family. One of the great landmarks here is the great blue bug. The great blue bug is a termite. It is 427,000 times natural size. I looked that up. 427,000 times natural size. And it sits on top of of course, a pest prevention operation right off Interstate I-95, heading right into Providence. And when they thought the thing was getting corroded, they were going to tear it down. But at the time, Mayor Buddy Cianci, who was famous, for publicity, raced up to the roof with reporters and issued a stay of extermination. And now the thing is decorated at Christmas and it's decorated at Easter. And directions are given by saying, go to the big blue bug end. In fact, directions here are kind of interesting because I've never seen this anywhere else. People tell you, go to where the Acme department store used to be. They'll say, go to the Shell station lot where the Shell station was torn down 6 years ago and turn right. What do those things mean? I have no idea. You can have a motorcycle here and ride it without a helmet. State law, you don't need a helmet, but the passenger does. Can you figure that out? I cannot. Yet when I enter a biker bar here, and I have entered some biker bars, bikers are nice people, get a good chili dog. When I enter a biker bar, I lower the average age. People who ride motorcycles here are ancient. I'm wondering, in 10 years, who will Harley sell to? And the final thing about Rhode Island I'll mention is everyone, Dunkin' Donuts, the gas station, you name it, everybody offers your dog biscuits. Got to be a great place, right?